Good evening, London. Allow me first to apologize for this interruption. I do, like many of you, enjoy the comforts of everyday routine, the security of the familiar, the tranquility of repetition. I enjoy them as much as any bloke. But in the spirit of commemoration, whereby those important events of the past, usually associated with someone's death or the end of some awful bloody struggle, are celebrated with a nice holiday, I thought we could mark this November the 5th, a date which is sadly no longer remembered, by taking some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak. I suspect even now orders are being shouted into telephones, and men with guns will soon be on their way. Why? Because while the truncheon may serve in lieu of conversation, words will always retain their power. Words are for the means to meaning, and to those who would listen, the enunciation of truth. And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this country, isn't there? Cruelty and injustice, intolerance and oppression. And where once you had the freedom to object, to speak and think as you saw fit, you now have censors and systems of surveillance, coercing your conformity and soliciting your suppression. How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror. Yeah, I know why you did it. I know you're afraid. Who wouldn't be? War, terror, disease, they were a myriad of problems that conspired to corrupt your reason and rob you of your common sense. Fear got the best of you, and in your panic you turned to the now High Chancellor Adam Sutler. He promised you order, he promised you peace, and all that he demanded in return was your silent, obedient consent. Last night I sought to end that silence. Last night I destroyed the Old Bailey to remind this country of what it has forgotten. Over 400 years ago, a great citizen sought to embed the 5th of November forever in our memory. His hope was to remind the people that fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives. So, if you've seen nothing, if the crimes of this government remain unknown to you, then I would suggest you allow this November the 5th to pass unmarked. But if you've seen what I see, if you feel as I feel, and if you would seek as I seek, then I invite you to stand beside me 1 year from tonight, outside the gates of Parliament, and together we will give them a 5th of November that shall never, ever be forgotten. So, I'm bringing my little series here to a premature conclusion, given that it was supposed to be in March and it's now mid-April. Once again, I sort of overthought my ambition here or something, and wanted to do 10 monologues within a month, and it took me a month and a half to do 4. Perhaps the ones that I didn't get to I'll save for another time. But I wanted to say thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed these. And please do check out the other guys that did this. Special thanks to Michael, aka Gray1951, and another fella who goes by The Last King of Skullboa. They both did videos taking up my little monologue challenge, memorized entire passages of character dialogue and performed them on camera with no cuts and no reading. Very impressive. Thanks very much to both of you for doing that. Michael's last video was actually 3 monologues, 3 in a row, and he did without a single break. Very, very impressive. I've made up a little playlist. The link is in the description below, where all those videos are, theirs as well as mine, if you'd like to take a look at them if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and this was a fun experiment, and it's something that I enjoyed doing, although I just sort of didn't really know how hard it would be. Apparently I can't memorize an entire 5-minute long monologue in a single afternoon. It takes a little bit more effort than that. Maybe next year more people will join in, or maybe I'll do one sooner than that. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate it. And now I'll get to do some other videos on my channel. I hope you enjoy those too. Later.